Hello, my name is Grace, and I am an artist as well as an art educator. Not really teaching currently, but that means I have extra time, and that means we are gonna do some art together today. So, grab your sketchbook and let's do a sketchbook spread. I figured it would be a good kind of introduction to me and my art style and how I make things, and let's just jump into it. I found these pressed flowers, like these leaves, and there's some petals and little dandelions and stuff. They are about 4 years old, 3 to 4 years old. I think I put them in another kind of sketchbook that I had, and I have not opened that sketchbook in 3 to 4 years. I think I did it before the pandemic really hit where I was, and so I think I just put the book away and didn't open it for, a couple years. But I was excited to find these because I was like, oh, I could totally do something with these. And I think I know where the petals are from. I got these tulips like years ago, and I remember I didn't have a vase because I didn't really have a lot of that stuff at the time. And so I used a water bottle to house the flowers, and so I'll insert a picture of it because I thought it looked kind of cool in kind of a funny way. This picture of these tulips, I'm pretty sure these petals are from those tulips, so fun fact for you. I realized as I was working with these petals, kind of placing them and arranging them in the way that I felt like could be cool, they are very brittle and fragile, and you can see a couple points in this video where I chip some of them and break some of them, which was a bummer, but innovate, adapt, and keep moving. So, but it's a part of the creative process, right? It's messing up and then keep moving forward, and usually you get really cool things from those kinds of mistakes. So I was really trying to embrace that mindset while making this. With my collage, I usually start with placing the photos first that I use for the collage, and then letting that kind of inform the rest of the piece, kind of intuitively working around the photos. But for these, I was using, the dried pressed flowers and leaves, and so I was kind of letting that be my photo element, and then I was working around those. So I started with the petals, leaves, as you can see. Then I went in with watercolor, kind of playing around with some of the colors and stuff. I wanted these two pages to feel like a full spread. I didn't really want them to feel too separated from each other. And I think at the end they work well together. I'm happy with them. Now I'm kind of delving into the colored pencil aspects. That's kind of the process that I'll do with a lot of these. I'll go in with watercolor first, and then I will layer colored pencil on top of it. I really want to experiment with gouache because the quality that I love about colored pencils that you can get if you build it up enough, it becomes very opaque and you get really nice rich color. But it just takes a lot of time, and I'm really impatient when it comes to making art and that process, so I feel like gouache would be really awesome to just be able to build up that opaqueness not as quickly as watercolor, but on a quicker level than with colored pencil. But I still do love working with colored pencil because you can be really precise. Then I added some little symbols that I've been using kind of as motifs throughout some of the work I've been doing lately, and I've found them kind of a fun aspect, kind of throwing in some almost like childlike nature to it, bringing in some context that could juxtapose a lot of the color and that kind of interaction, bring a bit more of like a representational aspect. That all sounds really pretentious. I don't mean to be pretentious. It's hard to explain, but I just like it. I think it turned out interesting and cool, and I like almost the childlike quality to it. Overall, I really enjoy how this spread turned out. I think it's my favorite spread in this sketchbook so far. I've really tried to be experimental with this sketchbook, doing things that I've been interested in and not worried too much about you know, feeling it like it has to be exactly like my style and it has to fit exactly what I feel like my cohesive, it's that I'm just trying to let go of the idea of being cohesive in all of my work, and, you know, and just kind of letting whatever feels fun and interesting to make really dictate what I do in this sketchbook. And that's been fun. I feel like I've learned I've learned some things that I like, but also a lot of things that I don't like. So I feel like this spread, there's very few things that I look at and think, ooh, I really don't like that. I really like most of it, which was really satisfying to make, because a lot of times it doesn't work out that way. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.